All right, we got a little cloud cover today. We might needed some heaters out here. Ready to go? All right, here we go. See if we can at least beat a couple of linemen there, receivers. Used to be a day when the receivers led the pack. I guess that was back in the day, though.
Every day you build, you put blocks down. You guys ever see a mansion, a big, beautiful mansion? You got to build the foundation, man. That's what we're doing here. Understand that. You got to build the blocks. You got to put blocks on every day. Stay together and understand that. And remember this. You want to stay in that big, beautiful mansion you built? Do you or not? Yeah. You want to stay in that mansion? Yeah. You start laying the blocks. You got to pay the bills, man. You got to pay the rent, all right? Nobody is bigger than this football team. Nobody.
What's up, Buck fans? AJ Turn Up here. Before I go any further, please hit that subscribe button. Also, check me out on Bucks Report, The Aftermath on 102.9, The Game, Broad Street South Radio with my co-host Slick. So today we're going to be having a very important discussion. The season is over, so now there's a big rift in the Bucks community. If you haven't noticed, we have people that want Bowles to stay, that think that he's done a fantastic job. Then we have other people say, fire him, make him walk the plank and get out of here. So I'm just going to try my best to make things evened out as possible, but I'm going to let you Buck fans out there decide your opinion at the end of this. So let's get this straight. How about this? This is the real question that I want to give Buck fans out there. Not should we fire Bowles? Here's the real question. What is it about Bowles that we need to keep him for? So let's take a trip down memory lane. Everybody remembers Tony Dungy, the great Tony Dungy. Now, mind you, Tony Dungy came in here and gave us the iconic Tampa 2 defense. Not only that, if you need to go check his resume out, look at all of the players that were drafted under him that eventually became Super Bowl champions. But I'm not trying to get ahead of myself, but the point is we've seen a defensive-minded coach in Tony Dungy develop players. The great Rondé Barber. Now, of course, he had Monty Kiffin. We're not taking anything from Monty Kiffin. However, Dungy did develop a lot of these players that we've seen on that defense. However, overall record, 2-4 in the playoffs. And of course, our nemesis was the Philadelphia Eagles. Now, when Tony Dungy got fired, that was a major controversy. It was. However, former players, the great Warren Sapp said this.
What were some of the reasons you feel you weren't able to get over the hump with Coach Dungy?
I thought Coach was a little too nice. And the thing about Indianapolis, it gave him Peyton Manning, so Peyton Manning would drive the offense, and then he could come over and do what he did to us, turn us into a fine-tuned defense that understands the nuances in the situational football and the timeouts and all the little, all the little things, that little pebble in your shoe that'll drive you crazy in a football game. He could teach that team that. But he really didn't demand what he demanded from this defense, from our offense. He asked them to just 3 yards and punt the ball and don't turn it over.
Now, that is Warren Sapp. And then what happened? The Bucks brought in Gruden, an offensive-minded coach. Not only did he change the offense, but he made the defense play to the next level because Gruden had the mentality of a mercenary. Go out there and get the job done. It wasn't always about having fun or being nice. It was about kicking ass, and you have fun when you're celebrating and hoisting that Lombardi trophy. Now, that is what Gruden was all about. Was he perfect? Absolutely not. Now, let's go to Coach Bowles.
Job closing out the second half now. That's how we should be playing. Regardless of what happens tonight, we got to win next week too. Right? We're not guaranteed anything. We got to win next week too, playing just like that. That was a hell of a performance, guys. Hell of a performance. Right? I will see you on Wednesday.
Coach Bowles, first things first, he was handed the job. That doesn't necessarily mean that he didn't deserve it, but he was handed the job after Arians went down. Now, mind you, before we even get to that, Arians is another head coach that we had to let go of Dirk Cutter, but before Dirk Cutter, we had Lovie Smith, a bad defensive-minded coach. Cutter didn't know what he was doing, but look at the philosophy of Arians.
No biscuit. He's not patient, and he's going to throw the ball down the field, take his shots.
Let's go, baby. Attack.
No risk it, no biscuit. That's his personality, though. It's going to be all or nothing.
Get ready to go on fourth down.
You don't take a chance, you ain't winning. You can't be scared.
That's why you don't get scared, baby.
He's got no fear. He does not care. I wish I could use the F word here, but he does not give up.
Yeah, baby.
Another no risk it, no biscuit, aggressive individual. The offense went to another level, even with Brady, but the offense took it to another level. But also the defense did. They stepped up because they played aggressive. Another offensive-minded coach not only helped the offense, but excelled from the defense. But again, look at also the players that Bowles have drafted. Now, it's too soon to tell how they'll turn out. He has a few gems in there, but overall, that's what we're saying. Look at the playoff difference between Dungy and Bowles. Dungy is 2-4, Bowles is 1-3. Now, last time I checked, mathematically, 2-4 is better than 1-3. And don't get it twisted. Here's the issue. Bowles he has a high-powered offense, and he still has enough talent to win on defense. But again, it's his lack of aggression that is keeping this Bucs team down. Now, we just seen with the mindset of Dungy and why he had to get fired. So why is it taboo in the Bucs community to ask for for people to fire Bowles? Nobody is saying that they have a personal dislike. What Buck fans out there are expressing is, when are you going to take this team to the next level? You have to be aggressive. The scheme that you have on defense is clearly not working, and you're a defensive-minded coach. Mind you, Dungy was a defensive-minded coach, and he kept his end of the bargain up. But unfortunately, it was his offense. But Bowles is a defensive-minded coach, and yet his defense still is lacking. So at the end of the day, that is what Buck fans are pissed off about. They are saying, wait a minute, if Dungy can be fired, what the hell is to stop people from wanting to get rid of Bowles? Bowles is nowhere on the legendary status of a Tony Dungy, but that is what we're saying. That is the questions that we have to ask ourselves. What is the reason of keeping Bowles? Now, for Buck fans out there, I want you to think about that question. And just again, if we were willing to let go of Tony Dungy and you saw the results, what is to stop the Bucs from getting rid of Bowles and maybe promoting Cohen and getting an aggressive-minded defensive coordinator in here? Think on it, Bucs.